Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We're here, and it's going to be a great one on Viaduct. I am sigafoo, joined out here with VoxDei and Wiethoofd behind the scenes doing the amazing camera work all day today. Of course, we are sponsored by STN.TF. Guys, make sure you check them out. Always a great trading site. We'll talk to them in a little bit here, but we have 14 players into the server. Not 17. This isn't Highlander. This is Prolander we're playing out here today. It's a slightly faster, more dynamic version of Highlander, and we're currently in our second round, and it's going to be a best of 7 on product. And right now we're going to be seeing it's going to be hecking good teams against Engineer Fanclub, which is always my favorite. I was telling them that was really nice that they named it Engineer Fanclub, you know, to stroke my ego, because my ego needs to be stroked. And then he told me he was after Uncle Dane, not me. So that just broke my heart. Broke from the heart. So yeah, definitely banned from the league. But either way, VoxDei, before we jump in here real quick, just want to give a shout out. We have announced an EU league. So if you guys are interested in playing Prolander, you can do that. eu.rgl.gg. And we should be live here pretty shortly as we take out to the mid fight. And yeah, Vox, I'll let you take over for that.
All right, the first thing I'm noticing is that we're in product RC9. I don't even know what changes have come into this one. So
I think just really small fixes.
All right, that's good. I like small fixes, but we're coming in then on to the midpoint, and no aggression coming in just yet on the red side. So no team actually fighting for point, which I'm surprised for. No aggression coming in just yet. Daddy Food Credo, the sniper, is going to get a headshot, but then get taken out by the spy, and now here finally comes the aggression from red. I was so confused. I'd never seen such a passive mid on product before, and there it is. So Dolly, the sniper, are going to be one of the only members left alive, as well as firing the spy. But yeah, otherwise, just a good mid.
Yeah, you can see kind of the differences between these classes. On blue, we're seeing a spy being run, which is going to help them keep down the enemy sniper, and that was the first pick he actually got out for his team. Actually, here comes in a bomb, and onto the medic. Alone gets to pop up, gets the force off, and so that's going to give the advantage back in the hands of the blue team, who needs to push out onto this point. And there we go. So that's going to give a nice about 30% advantage as they get back up alive. Now, of course, the blue team that trade out dying is not that big of a deal because he comes back up a little bit faster, though. Losing a man on the grass side, that's going to hurt them a little bit. You know, another 8-second respawn. It looks like they want to come out from glass, but nice job coming out of the demo man, Elikur, who's doing a great job spamming down the cliffside, not letting them get out for free.
Yeah, so right now it just looks like Engineer Fanclub are cruising for them at the moment. Oh, actually, Dolly's going to get the headshot onto Elikur, who maybe got a little bit too aggressive, didn't need to, but the Uber's going to come off of that push. Moving forward is Strangeland, the demo. Not finding anything, but they should be able to get the point, but Uber's going to be coming up to 100%, and now here comes the counter Uber from Engineer Fanclub. They're going to defend the point. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a mistake coming out of the blue team there, is that they waited too long to pop the Uber, and they need it. If they're going to pop that, you know, you maybe get that on a scout, maybe get that on your pyro running power jack, just to get across the point that much quicker to try to get some damage onto them. It was a nice job out of the red team backing out, but here we come in, Soldier onto the medic, and Disky once again gets the pick, landing his shots, and that's just going to continue the advantage for the red team here, as what seems to be a very dominant display early on. A suicide in coming in from Strangeland. Heck is not having a great game. They still have their spy up, which is good for pushing, but he's going to get spotted there. Gets a backstab actually onto the sniper. They'll help him out a little bit, but with 50 seconds on the clock left and not a single tick in their favor, Heck is going to need to find something in the bag to get anything in this first round.
Yeah, and finally I'm good to go. I got my aliases set up. They were causing a lot of confusion, but there goes Funds, the scout for Engineer Fanclub. Oh, he's tearing them up. 3 frags for him right now. Oh, add a 4th with the pistol. An absolutely huge Uber. So that is a great Uber charge from them, and they're just so aggressive. Look at that. Adisky is going to be over on the right side. It's just spamming into the spawn. And just an aggressive setup from Engineer Fanclub, and they might take this with a clean round.
I mean, just look at this. The soldier bombing in. So the demo man just got a 2K by just spamming Cliff completely. Yeah, I mean, and the thing to say is that Engineer's Fanclub is basically like half a cent. on that team, and it's showing right now as their incredibly dominant display. You know, the one thing I'd like to see some class changes out of Heck. You know, they're on the Spy class. I mean, as we do see KritzKast coming out on for actually both teams here. I'd be curious to see if they ran an engineer. Disky's been doing a lot of work in the backfield. Actually, soldier bombing in early on. Beautiful job out of Stan there, taking down the enemy medic. That's going to help him out. That's what needed to happen out of Heck, and we'll see what they can do against these fanboys of the engineer.
Yeah, they need their demo Strangeland to get forward right now, but he's taking a lot of spam. Good job so far by Cynex keeping him alive, but they're going to lose their Pyro Galax, and it looks like they're just going to back off from that. Engineer Fan Club still to end up taking the point despite the fact...
Well, they're not running a scout.
That they lost their medic. Oh, wow.
It's not running a scout. I was wondering, like, why Disky is, like, getting so much free space, and it's because they don't have a scout to punish him. You know, again, a spy can be useful, but you know, it's like you have to look at what's punishing you right now, and that's what you choose your classes on. As the crits do come out here, Strangeland getting one early on, trying to find something else, as, yeah, they're going to be able to help withstand, and finally they will come down with the point. 55% on the enemy medic, but this looks like they're going to be their first cap of the game.
Yeah, but talking about class switching too, Adisky switches over from Soldier to Spy, gets a pick for his team. Of course, Heck is still going to end up getting the point, but those are the kinds of things that they're not expecting a Spy. Why would their Soldier go Spy? And all of a sudden he gets a demo pick, and after that, Engineer Fan Club's just going to be able to grab the point. And I mean, they hold the point, but it's only for 16 seconds. That's not really what you're looking for.
They do get the force off, so that works out for them. What I'd like to see out of them, you know, they're at 76% crits, and Adisky's still on Spy right now. He's actually getting up behind the enemy team. I don't think they're quite checking for him a ton, just a little bit of Spy checking right now, as he's going to be right behind them. Nice headshot coming out, and here comes the Spy onto the enemy medic. He gets a second! Oh my god, he just used that speed boost to get this heavy there, which should not have been a backstab. And Adisky completely slowing down this push, but they do have 100% KritzKast ready to go. The Soldier's up alone, probably actually going to get traded out here, completely detached from everybody else on his team who's just coming up for respawns. And we'll see what they can do with this KritzKast. As an enemy medic, actually, for the Inchi Fan Club is incredibly close.
I don't know what they're going to be able to do. I mean, they should be expecting the crits. Actually, they're not. Elikor was looking the wrong way, so he's going to get picked up from that. Wow, what a bomb. Disky, I think he was being targeted by Strangeland with a pipe or a stick, but wasn't able to connect, so he just comes in, grabs a couple on the point, stays alive, and wow. And then a headshot ringing out from Creative. I think that's a full wipe. The rest of the players now are just respawns, and Engineer Fan Club are putting on a clinic right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think with these players, you know, a lot of them are coming from a Sixes background or Highliner, and, you know, with those game modes, you are stuck on the classes is essentially like what you're stuck with, basically, right? So you are going to be stuck, you know, at Sixes, you're stuck playing 4 of the 9 classes for the majority game, as they just get dominated there, a complete wipe as I'm talking. And, you know, you can't do that. You can't have that mindset. Prolander is about being dynamic. It's about class switching, about choosing classes to counter the enemy team. And if you're continuing to run a Spy when a Soldier's walking over you instead of a Scout, like, that is a huge mistake. Finally, they are going to run a Scout here. Galax is switching off. But again, I think the double pick classes is not going to be working out for them right now. You know, having the Pyro, I just like to see a little bit more out from them, but we'll see what they can do. 17 seconds left in the clock into the second round. And here we go. Bombs going in onto the point, coming in from the grass side.
Yeah, sigafoo, I think I'm gonna have to leave to coach this team. I think they need a coach in Prolander, and I think I'm the man for the job. But it looks like they're putting some time on the point. Is a heckin' good team. Good job putting. They got the cap time, but look at that Pyro just doing so much work, and Elikor gonna get a frag as well. The Uber getting used on the point should completely ice them out of this round. And well, they got 16 seconds, right? It's an improvement.
That is, well, fortunately we have other games going on here, so assuming this one continues the roll, we can jump over to another game. Little versus Fila 7v7 going on product as well, so we'll see how this one continues up. But assuming this goes out, but we have reached half. So in RGL we do halves at 2, because the thing that kind of sucks is when you do halves at 3, you have one round to basically try to, you know, talk to each other, one round to kind of fix it. So if you go in 3-0, to try to come back is incredibly hard. You'd have to do a perfect 3-0 back, which is, you know, next to impossible usually. So having that little break here, maybe we can see Heck talk to themselves. Maybe we'll see some class switching coming out of them. You know, because the thing that I think would be curious is if they ran definitely a scout, but even just an engineer, as I was talking about before, because if you have like your scout and soldier coming into your backfield, just run like a mini sentry, even a level 1, just to harass them. You know, make sure you have support with that to be able to kind of hold them down. You know, just something to maybe stop the back lines from being pushed into. Obviously, getting picks on the enemy sniper is helpful, but we can bust out logs here if you have those up, and just to see.
Yeah. I have them pulled up, and I believe we're going to be working to get them up on stream as well. The one thing I want to mention, I mean, even before I saw the logs, just looking at tab in the game, is there the heavy Adi? I mean, 5 points as heavy, and you know, some of those could have gotten some sandwich points off of that. But you know, if your heavy is so low on the scoreboard, maybe it's just not working out. I know it seems good to have someone in your combo, maybe someone to help deny that soldier. But as you said, maybe you can switch to a scout instead of playing heavy, and have a more dynamic class in there. And then having a heavy that really doesn't seem to be getting anything done.
Yeah, we hear one already up. The other thing is that, you know, looking at the scoreboard, so you have the Demo Man bottom of the board, Heavy and Pyro also bottom board. Pyro's maybe not a good choice for Heck right now, because as we come out onto this next mid fight, and not live. It looks like he just reset them here, so we'll see what they're. We got debated.
Oh man. You know, they're making us look like fools. You know, I think I need to go in there and have a stern talking with these two teams. Roll up the sleeves. Get me in the Discord.
But I think, you know, one other thing too is like maybe the heavy Addy maybe runs like, I think like Natasha could be a possibility to help out his team. Galax wasn't doing too much on Pyro. Pyro's a good class if you can get across your point, but if you're playing so passive, right? Like I think that maybe Galax switching to Engineer would be you know, like again, like you got to look at like what are your classes that aren't working and then switch off of them and figure out like what you can do or what weapons can you use, because we have a fairly liberal whitelist. I mean, with only 10 weapons banned, you know, again, like you know, maybe going Natasha can help out your team. So we'll see what they can do as we're waiting for them to get readied up into this next round. But yeah, I think we'll see what. The other thing too is that with the amount of kills, only 5 assists for the losing medic. Actually, yeah, that was a really dominant display. This is going to be tough. Honestly, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull out his, but I don't know, Vox. How has your day been so far watching these cup tournaments?
Yeah, I mean the first game was actually pretty crazy despite the 2-0. So that was it was a lot of fun to see that, and cast with Grumpy Troll as he was henceforth be known. But I think getting to see some of the players play in a style they're not comfortable with, it's interesting to see which teams adapt, which players adapt, and I think that for a little team they really proved that they were able to, and I'm hoping to see the same thing from Heck here. I've seen, you know, this may be a tall order, right? You have the firepower from some of these members, like you said, it's half of the Ascent 6's team, but you know, you had Funds 18-4 with almost 500 DPM as a scout, so you know this is going to be a tall order, but I'm really hoping that Heck can give us a bit of a show. And either way, it's always fun to see when you have a scout and an Uber that goes on a tear with a 4K. You know, that's still fun to see. So I'm hoping to see more of that either way, whichever way this pans out.
Well, it seems like it's going to pan out to the second half here. We'll see if Heck can find anything, any solace here in the next round. If they'll be able to find anything right now, as they're still on the blue side. NG Fan Club, a lot of Ascent players out there, dominant in the first half. As they come out here early on, Adiski showing no. Oh my God! He got it! Adiski, the man, the myth, the legend. They are absolutely just trouncing these guys. They're coming out with the Trollger right there. He just. Oh my God. Amazing.
That was too good. That is too good. And I
no better way to show disrespect.
Right, yeah. I mean, so the point gets capped by Engineer Fan Club, and I wanted to mention it was Vaccinator versus KritzKast, but it doesn't really matter. They've already switched back over to Kritz on the Hex side. Kritz, actually, is that a drop? Did Galax? Yeah, Galax just came in and got seeds before anything could get done with the KritzKast. Oh, Adi almost getting the pick on a Adiski, but Stan's going to trade him out just after. And I mean, the numbers for Engineer Fanclub aren't good, but we need to see Heck get aggressive right now. And finally, they get onto the point. Got one to contest with. That's the Engineer from behind. Manages to get Synex, the medic, before going down.
And I don't know why the Engineer wasn't called out. He was very clear where he was as Funz walks across the point, picks up one frag, and now only 4 players left alive. He's going to walk into the heavy. Beautiful job, Funz. Just absolutely dominant here. Will he pick up his third against the sniper? He should be able to do it. Yes, he does. As another frag comes out onto the point as Engineer Fanclub, well, yeah, this is just unfair at some point here. They're just having fun doing whatever they want and controlling this game right now, as we can see Heck coming up on this cliffside. And we got the Spy coming out right now, firing. He's looking to get himself maybe a pick onto the heavy. No, he gets spotted there. Is Kritz coming from behind? Nope. They get caught. Funz goes down. Nice job. Good defense coming out here from Heck.
Yeah, and you know, this is the kind of opportunity that you have if you're Heck. The Engineer Fanclub right now they're playing loose. They're playing kind of having fun and not playing a tight game. So this is their chance. I think there's some spawn camping going on by the heavy Adiski on Engineer Fanclub. But you know, this is not, I would say, like a good way to play. Obviously, they're getting away with it because they have such good TM. Oh, Stan with the Market Garden onto Seeds.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen this. Well, if you ever wondered, you know, how quickly this can go to memes, you know, it's what, like, any format, any game mode, once you start, if you like win it comfortably, maybe you start to go with a little bit of a meme format, but that's allowing Heck to get a little bit back in this. Nope, that's Funz walking straight into Synex. Nope, that's going to be it as they recapture the point here, giving them a little bit of hope before taking it away. I think this is essentially, you know, Ascent giving a child a lolly before just taking it out of their hand, you know, but it works out, But as you said, I mean, this obviously is stuff that wouldn't quite work, you know, but inside of Prolander, I mean, aggression does win games. That's really what does, and I think that's one of the reasons. I mean, beyond just being out DM, they're just, you know, you can just see they're playing scared a lot of the time, you know, but they're also just being damaged so much. It's really kind of hard to criticize Heck because it just seems like they're just being so outmatched when it comes to the skill level.
Yeah, and I mean, they get a minute off the clock, and that is basically because of the way Engineer Fanclub has been playing. As soon as, you know, those critzes from behind and things like that, and it's really fun when it works out, but it can end up ruining your game. Oh God, that was ruining your game when it doesn't. But crits does happen. Elicor is going to pick up Synex with one of the stickies, but otherwise doesn't look like they're going to get too much from the crits itself. But Engineer is going to grab a couple, as well as Funz with the scatter shot onto Strangeland. So 30 seconds left on this point, but it looks to be headed towards a 3-0 so far for Engineer Fanclub.
Yeah, 19 seconds ticking down. They do get at least one frag out here. Heck, they might have a chance. They're getting aggressive, but the mini sentry is fighting against them. The soldier is fighting against the demo. The pyro goes down. Now it's just the spy as well as the soldier on the front lines. Still a while for the KritzKast to come up here. Soldier jumping across, trying to do anything. They're going into overtime now. Spy firing is going to get himself into position. Demo jumping over the top. KritzKast comes out. They'll be able to get some frags, but the mech goes down. One spy pick as the pyro gets taken out as well. They might actually have a chance here, but no, it's just the engineer on point, as well as the pyro running in. The miracle, the man, the myth, the shaking, the legend. No, he will not be able to do it. Overtime is up. The respawns are coming in. They're going to have a chance here, but I don't think they'll be able to get out to the point fast enough, and we are going to go into the third round here. Demo men, it's extending. They're trying.
Oh no, Adiski gets two. I can't believe this fight is still going on. This is crazy. Heck, they got it. We got a game on our hands now, but it looks like Engineer Fanclub just have so many numbers. Those respawns coming in, and Heck, of course, after grabbing the point, gonna have those delayed spawns. So they made it really interesting at the end right there. But yeah, Engineer Fanclub secured.
Yeah, so yeah, we're just looking at this. We're coming into the final round. So if this match ends, we're gonna switch it over to Philia versus the little game. We'll see if that game's going on, so we can get some more action, maybe a little bit of a closer game as we get into this fourth mid fight. early on here. 2 down, make it 3 as Disky's just running around. I just love a Disky. He's just walking around, and while they're all distracted, the blue team just gets murdered there. I mean, this is just a clinic being put on. Like, it's like a person like looking at a bird in the air, and then they just get shivved. Like, that's essentially what just happened there. Is like they're just watching a Disky just fly in the air. Oh, there's a soldier, look at it flutter around, and then you just get fucking killed. It was just absolute mayhem. Sorry for the swearing, but that was a beautiful, beautiful just collapsing happening on Engineer Fan Club.
It reminds me of a joke from Chris Rock's most recent special talking about how does more than one person get stabbed in a stabbing. At some point you got to just run away, you know? And it just seems like for a hecking good team, they're really not aware as the first person gets stabbed. They're just kind of like still in La La Land. But either way, they do get the point. But the aggression comes right back in from Engineer Fan Club. They're capping the point. Good job by Stan trying his best, but gets absolutely denied by Ascendary. And Engineer Fan Club coming down with the point.
Kritz!
Oh!
Oh, he gets taken out, but that'll be enough to be able to take down the enemy team. That's a wipe! They wiped him! They did it! They did it! Heck, got actually like a really good job there. Beautiful job out on the crits. But for some reason, they can't capture the point. Finally, they'll get people on it. That little engineer sentry gun was scaring everybody else off. Time 6, and they actually might get a lead here.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for them right now. Oh, Boston on a 5K. Yeah, this is the start of something great. This is the turnaround point. Please, you know, if you can get a minute off of this clock here, put yourselves in a position that at the end you don't need to hold. You know, in some kind of overtime fashion, but either way, picks coming in the favor of Engineer Fan Club, and uncontested on the point right now are Credo on Scout and Seeds the Medic. Yeah, they are going to get the point. No Kritzkrieg just yet for them to deny, as Funds, yeah, gets the headshot onto Addy the Scout. But, yes. I mean, this is good for Heck. I mean, they switched off the heavy. They're doing better. The Kritzkrieg's working. I like it.
Yeah, they had the pyro jump in, but the problem is they're just being a little bit like, honestly, they're not, I don't think they're, like, yes, they are outskilled. They're going to have a hard time in this game, but I don't think they're as outskilled as it seems. It's just, they're just being so miscoordinated. You know, you see Fire In go in, here comes the Uber charge onto the enemy team. KritzKast at 99%, but he does get back to spawn as it is now Credo who's on Scout, though back caps going on. Scout Sniper versus Medic and Scout with the soldier coming in, misses the Market Gardener. As they pick up one, Credo's doing a good job. And there you go. This actually might be enough of Noah Disky trying to fight it out. No, it's Elikor. I'm sorry, they're doing so many class switchings on Engineers Fan Club. It's hard to keep up, and the point actually goes down in the favor of Heck, but it's not for long as they are down in respawns. And here comes in the Spy. KritzKast out. Oh, he gets one. Not able to get much more, though.
I got one more. Got Funds launching sticks over Cliff. So yeah, they get to, I think, the important part, protecting the medic. Unfortunately, they're left to back out because they don't have the numbers, but at least they can take solace in the fact that they're going to have advantage on the crits, of course. Not only that, but just building faster. So, Engineer Fan Club come down with the point, but Heck have their numbers. Please keep everyone alive. Oh, never mind. Demo's down. Oh, but Stan comes in the 2. Credo and Ascendary down. And maybe this is their time to strike after their soldier gives them an opening.
Oh, but no! What happens is BG Bacon. Okay, that's the name. That's how you spell bacon. I'm pretty sure. Is the medic's being chased down the backside? Will he be able to get the kill? He's actually using the backscatter, but he's not able to secure. He hit the medic 1v1 in the back of grass, and that was, I believe, Galix, or no, it was Addy, who was not able to secure the kill, so they'll be able to walk back out onto the point. 7 players alive. We're going to see Stan jump in here, but he opts just to take down the sentry gun as Bobson gets taken down. Stan going down as well. Just 2 players left alive. A lot of bleeding going on. Another bomb in, gets the force off onto the Mick. That's going to help them out as we see Engineer Fan Club taking the lead.
Yeah, not a bad call to go in for the force. You know, they got the faster respawns right now. Heckin' good team does. So wait for those respawns. But actually, no, they're getting absolutely trounced in their spawn. Everyone on Engineer Fan Club is joining in on the fun, and look at that. Stan's gonna get another Market Garden onto the medic, but it's just like that small sliver of happiness in just a world of doom for a hecking good team.
Yeah, I mean, it's always one of those fun times. I mean, this is like as I said, in any format where you just have this much. Oh, what? He just got an. Oh, that was not a Market Gardener. He just killed him down in the air. 9 seconds left in the clock. They're going to walk out here. They should come down at this point with the advantage. It's going to be Medic and Scout to try to defend this, but it won't be enough. Pyro's trying to push onto him. They do actually pick up one frag, but the Pyro on the point gets one more. But the respawns are coming up for the blue side. And oh, nice headshot coming out of Funz. 54 seconds left. Funz on a nice 3K right there. As he's going to get pushed into. He gets one more. Absolute madman. With the help of Creeder, they pick up 4 frags. That is an insane series of frags coming out of Funz. They're going to walk out on this point and secure their win. And that's going to put the Engineer Fan Club, oh, beautiful. Wow. What frags are coming out here at the end. I cannot wait to see. It's going to be Engineer Fan Club going into the finals here. And we'll find out who they're playing against, as it's either going to be Little Team or Philia 7v7. So let's jump over to that STV and let me know when you get in, Wiethoofd. This is Little Team versus Phyla. So I'm not exactly sure. We'll see if we can get some score lines on what's exactly going on. Let me know when you get a camera in on here.
All right, I'm in, and it looks like we've got 2-1 right now for Phyla 7v7.
I think that might have been. We might have just caught the very end of that. So that was yeah. GGs are coming out. So that's gonna be Phyla. Yeah. So Phyla won it 4-1. It looks like. Looking through the logs. So that's gonna be. So we are gonna have the grand finals. It's gonna be Phyla versus Engineer Fan Club, which is like a lot of Ascent players. In the grand finals, it's going to be a best of 3 map series. So it's going to start out on Badwater. It's going to be best of 3 on Badwater, and then we're going to do a best of 5 on Asheville, and then we're going to finish it out, if needed, best of 1 on Upward. So looks like both of these games were a little bit one-sided for the respective teams, but that just means that just shows you the power of both of them. So Phyla versus the Ascent team, Engineer Fan Club, that is going to be our next match. We could talk about logs, but there's nothing to talk. That was a stomp of a game.
Yeah, for sure.
That was just like, that's kind of it. Is you just you have a couple really top level teams playing in here, but I am really, really excited to see the next round because I think both those teams are going to be really fighting against each other. It should be an incredibly close one. I would hope, and it's going to be a best of 3, so we're going to get a lot of Prolander action to end out this series. So I think actually here we'll just do one quick shout out here before we can take it to break. Vox, any shouts you want to give? This is we're gonna switch over. We're gonna get CJ coming in here. Should be to cast the grand final. So any shouts you want to give for after casting the first couple matches?
Shout out to Grumpy Koi, my co-caster in the first one, and Wiethoofd, as always, makes my life incredibly easy every time I try to do a solo cast or something like that, and then I get someone that does production for me. I'm like, oh my god, this is the good life. I'm being pampered. But also, big thanks to you, Sigafoo, asking me to come out here and cast. It was a lot of fun. So otherwise, I hope I'll be waiting in the wings to see what happens in the third match, and I hope it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, it should be. Let's give some quick shouts here to our sponsor, STN.TF, a fantastic trading site that has extremely fast trading services for both TF2 and CSGO. You can actually even switch between CSGO and TF2 Metal, so you can cross-trade between the 2 different platforms, the 2 different games. They enable to sell your whole backpack instantly for TF2 Metal in one go. They always have keys in stock, and of course, you can always expect reasonable prices for your items inside of their backpack. And the other thing, if you have not already heard, RGL, we are not just a North American league anymore. We are flying over to the EU with a $1,000 prize pool. So if you guys are interested in trying out Prolander, you want to give this a go, you're not one of the 62 teams who are already playing in today's massive sized cup, well, don't worry, you can play with us inside of eu.rgl.gg. So if you want to register, you can do it right now. It's completely free, eu.rgl.gg, and you can go sign up your team today. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us. We're going to have Fela versus Engineer Fanclub. Basically Ascent going into the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 3 map series. Should be a great one. So stick with us as we're going to take it to a break here, and we'll be back with that fantastic game.